Alright, so I usually do this when I'm doing the Legion live streams, but I figured this is probably a good way to film these videos, because you see the comics behind me, and they're all same publisher as these, which is an added bonus. But complete Christmas haul plus the one book I got myself, because I'm allowed to do that. So this will probably double as my complete, because this is all the comics I'm getting this month, so I might as well just use this video for the complete comic haul for December of 2025. Unless it comes out totally horribly, like I keep forgetting to mention things and whatever. And then I'll just leave those comics there for now, and then or something like that, and then film it again later on, or what have you. Alright, this first one up is Dread the Halls. This is the thickest of the three, at 72 pages. One of the graphic novels I have here is 72 pages also. I think it's more like 80. But unlike that one, this one isn't bent. This one came in a Mylar. And I honestly, like, Amazon should do that too. But this was a third-party seller. And this one, it has the price tag on the back, the Mylar, was the Luana Vecchio variant. I'm not usually one of those people that cares about variant covers, but I do like Luana Vecchio's artwork, and I figured I have all of her image work, so it was kind of like, yeah, got a nice little novelty, rather than spend the same amount of money for, or more money for the, and honestly, this one was better shipping too, so all around better idea, or better deal. So, for those of you who don't know, these are stories, hey, this first one, it's funny, the first story is illustrated by Luana Vecchio. There you go. Comes full circle. So Jordan Hart and Chris Ryall write the series, and here are all the artists. I'm just going to show the entire credits page because I'm too lazy to list off all those names. But this is just an anthology series they've been doing of one-shots. They come out either every year, or they decide, because they did like a fun for Comic-Con, so that was in the middle of the year. But usually it's Dread the Halls, so it's Christmas time. And I believe they're all horror-centric too. At least the first one was, but Christmas-themed horror, which I think is pretty cool. And there was one that I really liked, the Jordan Hart story from issue 1, the first Dread the Halls. It was the one with the cabin. I don't know if it was called a cabin. It's called something, but I don't remember exactly what it was called. But there's nice little stories. I don't expect much from anthologies. I know they're going to be like, at most, 10-page stories, because they got to fit in at least 5. This is 72 pages, so maybe they even do 7, or they do less, so it's more story. But I never expect too much. And not in the sense like, oh, I have no faith in them, and they're gonna know. It's more just the fact that it's an anthology series. And I like how at the back they have all the covers. So the first cover was the one I was like, yeah, maybe. But, the Christmas one, it's kind of cool. I have a creep show one, I can tell, right? It's a creep show. Homage? May not be. No, because it's fun, I don't know. But it's like Creep Show, but for Christmas, and written by Jordan Hart. It's like they're all written by either Jordan Hart or Chris Ryall, and then Creep Show is written by whoever, like a whole bunch of people. And then, so that's the first one. Back in the Mylar, put that to the side. Okay. First 6 are all the same series. I can't hold them up at the same time. Can I hold them at the same time? Can I hold them all up at the same time? And that is Last Man. Yeah, covering it. Last Man. So this is book 1. Book 2. Hopefully I put these in order. My hand's covering the whole thing. Book 3, Book 4, Book 5, and Book 6. Now, what kind of pissed me off about this is that Book 5, I found, I hate Amazon. Just despise Amazon with every fiber of my being, because they do not package comics really well. That's why I was saying with Dread the Halls, like, oh, they should put it in Mylars, because you'll see a book I got here, it's like bent out of shape. And it's kind of that bend where I don't know if I may squeeze it between like these 2 books or something like that on the shelf. I'm not 100% sure if it will unbend itself. And it's not, even that's not a big deal, like it could have been worse. I have 2 compendiums that I believe were both from Amazon. I know one was. I don't know about the other one. And those came in perfectly fine. So, count my blessings there. But book 5 was from Amazon, and I could have gotten it from the third-party seller that I got the other ones from. Now, this isn't in bad shape. It was just a little bent. And keyword a little bit bent. Like warped bent. But Last Man, it's like a fight comic, I guess. I didn't know a whole lot about it. It just showed up on... They were either doing an article about the series or just showed up in like a... I don't even know. Like I was looking up the month they came out, all the other comics that came out that month, I saw that, or it was advertised somewhere. I forget exactly where I saw it. But it was here, and because there's 6 volumes in the series, and they're all like $25 each, which even for Amazon, even for Image Comics, that's a pretty pricey, it's a pretty big price tag. Because they're all $24.99, unless I get a good deal on them, or it's Christmas time, I knew I couldn't get them all at once and get everything else. Because again, there's a lot of, like, this month was the only month in, I think I want to say like the entire year, where I wasn't getting new releases. Although technically this was a new release this month, so I did the same there. But you know what I'm talking about. Like, it was like, I think last month I had to, like, by a skin of its teeth, get the one book I like to get, where it's, oh, I haven't, this one I have read before, because the library had it, that kind of thing. Which one of the compendiums says that. But anyways, Last Man. So all 6 volumes. I'm going to show the artwork. And I think it's 2 per, so... Yep. So it's 2 per volume, 2 chapters per volume, 12 chapters total. Originally it was a French comic, but now it's a 12-issue maxi series, but now it's 6-volume series, mini-series technically. I'll show the artwork. And this is written by Balak. And look, it's done by... Okay, so written by Michael Chenalville, Bastien Vives, and Balak. And it's illustrated by Bastien Vives and Michael Chenalville. Sinville. Sometimes I like to just botch the name on purpose. There's the artwork for Last Man. And they have page numbers. That's nice. These are pretty thick. They're like 400 pages. One of them, this one's over 400 pages. I think one was like 416. So, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. That's a lot of pages. I apparently cannot think right now. But, yeah, I thought this was going to be Image Skybound comic, but it's not. Because it's the smaller size digest books, but nope. What's the ring on this one then? Okay, it's M for mature, that's why. I got the sniffles, so bear with me. I should have gone into the dehumidifier. I was 2 nights ago, I was sleeping over somewhere where they did have a dehumidifier, and I should have left that on. Next one up is Lost Fantasy. That's what it was. So I had a gift card, and I was like, I have a gift card, and I don't want to wait to use it next month. I want to use it now. And so I was like, you know what, let's get Lost Fantasy. Why not? So this is Lost Fantasy Volume 1. So this is not the whole entire series. In fact, they already have the next few issues out already. They didn't wait. Like Snot-Girl, like, we still have no news on issue 21. Monstrous, no news on issue 61. Saga, no news on issue, was it 73, 74 at this point? 72? No, you have 72. But Volume 12 had, was 66, 72 or something like that. So 73, I think, is what we're waiting on. But then there's series like this that are like, yeah, we have the first 10 issues out already, and Volume 1 will come out next year. It's not that bad. It's not Rockefellers and all the other Ghost Machine books bad, where there's 10 issues out past what the most recent trade collected. And I'm just a trade reader, so it means more to me than it means to anybody else that just they get the issues as they come out. I can't do that. I gotta wait for the trades. But this is written by Kurt Pyers, illustrated by Luca Casallaguardia. I know it's not LaGuardia, but it's a funny pun. Mark Dale is color art. Letter art is Mika Myers. It's different. It's letter art. And there's a whole bunch of other. It's just production design. I don't really Big deal. So this is... So Kurt Pyers wrote a few series I've read. Teenage Wasteland, which was my favorite of the two, and then there's another one that I didn't like as much. But Teenage Wasteland was really good. I like that one. That was by Dark Horse, I believe. And he does a lot for the Comixology Unlimited or Originals. So Comixology Originals, if you have a Prime account like I do, you can read them for free, which is nice. And this one collects that's for all 4 issues. Yeah, I wish all 4 issues. The first 4 issues of the series. I gotta check to make sure. I know I'm right, but... Yep, 1 through 4. And is this fantasy? Yeah, it is. Fantasy action adventure, you know, as the name implies. This one snuck up on me. I don't even know how I found out about this series, but this is Sam Noir, Samurai Detective. Where's the Samurai Detective? Huh. It's on Amazon, but Sam Noir, Volume 1. Of 1. Although I think that it is missing an issue here. Oh, nice, there's a bend here. I love that. So this collects all 3 issues of the second and first series. The first series being Samurai Detective, and then the next one being Sam Noir, Ronin Holiday 1 through 3. So maybe Ronin Holiday. Like, I thought there was a holiday special. It was a one-shot, and then they had the 6 issues in the 2-3 issue series, making up 6 issues, and that was it. But I don't know, 7 issues total. But I might be wrong. But Sam Noir, this is written by Eric A. Anderson, and I believe Henry Tremblay, but who does the artwork? So it's written by both guys, Eric A. Anderson and Manny Tremblay. Art by Manny Tremblay, okay. And it's in black and white, so no color artist. But sometimes you will get an inker. That's a different name. I always found that kind of cool. That's kind of funny. So there is the artwork for Sam Noir. But yeah, this one snuck up. When I say snuck up on me, I mean I had no idea this existed. It wasn't one that I kept putting off or I couldn't afford. No, it was just, yeah. So this one came from Stock and Trade. Oh, where's the... There. Oh, okay, so that there. No bookmark, though. I said use like new. It's like, well, it's got a little blemish on it, so you guys sure about that? But yeah, I wonder if I... Damn it. Look for it. I like collecting the bookmarks and the invoices too. So I just had to go over here and take that out. No. Of course I have no water up here. Set it right there. Oh well. Moving on. This next one I saw. Oh no, that's so these. This Sam Noir in this next one I found on the Image. They have like a little mini doc on their YouTube channel called I Guess for Image, and I like to watch or rewatch that every so often. It's really well put together. It's like a nice little I guess advertisement, but it's also a nice little commemoration implies that Image Comics is no longer in a business, which they no longer in business, which they obviously are. But it's a nice little commemoration. That's not the word, but it's a nice video, just telling you guys what Image is all about, and you know what they stand for and all that. And it doesn't feel like they're talking down to you at all. It's really well put together. You can tell that they're passionate about the job that they get to work at now. And it's Kelly Sue DeConnick, Rick Remender, Brian K. Vaughan, Ed Brubaker, Joe Casey, and one other name. Oh, Eric, the one that wrote this book back here. Where is that? Stevenson. Eric Stevenson. They all see. I was saying had it right behind me. But Eric Stevenson, and they all talk about Image and what it means to them, and like what Image stands for, how they create their own. Like it's a nice little video advertising Image Comics, but it doesn't feel like an ad. To say advertisement, but anyways, they show a comic shop, and this is on the shelf, which is Sci-Spy, and of course the Ronin Sam Noir book. I keep wanting to call it Ronin, whatever the hell I was calling it before. I don't know why. And because Amazon said it. But this one is Sci-Spy, but written by Doug Moench, which I never expected to see his name on an Image title. And this isn't like, oh, it's just a see like the Jack Kirby one I have is just a reprint of a series that's by another publisher. No, this seems to be done by Image. It was a 6-issue miniseries. This is also 6 issues. Oh no, it was by DC Comics first. Okay, I take that back. So it was a series originally from DC, then Image acquired the rights. Okay. It's really helpful that said that, by the way. I don't know why they don't do that. Like, they should do that more often when they say, like, oh, no, this series is originally by this publisher. Maybe they do. I just don't have enough of those that Image does. There's like 100. It's like the artist editions. Which I'll never get those. Those are $150 at the least. One of them's, like, I think, like $225. It's ridiculous. It's like, I get why you want that. Don't get me wrong. I get the appeal behind artist editions. That's, like, pricey. I buy comics to read them, not to stare at the artwork and go through and look at the art process behind my favorite stories. It's a nice little novelty, don't get me wrong, but it's not something I would pay $150 for. So Sci-Spy, all 6 issues, Doug Mensch, artist is Paul Gulashi. Art and covers, Paul Gulashi. So you must do the colors too. But yeah, this was cool. Just to see Doug Mensch's name on an Image title, even if it was originally published by DC Comics. Doug Mensch, one of those writers that I know of, but I can't tell you, like, my favorite Doug Mensch series is this. And I know he did a lot of Batman. I remember liking him enough, but I saw his name, I was like, I gotta get this. I did pay a hefty price, but I was already getting... Actually, this one technically I got with the gift card, because it was $25. Yeah, it was a bit pricey, and I hate that. Oh, no, wait, it was the other one that had the bend. Never mind, I take it back. There is a little blemish on this guy, right? No, there wasn't. I mean, like, a little bit here. So this seller had 2 copies of this book. One was new, which was $30, and this one was $25, and it was used like new. And that's kind of weird to me, because I'm like, well, used like new means the same, so what's the difference? And you can kind of tell there's a bit of a difference. A little bit of shelf wear here and there, but nothing too egregious. Sci-Spy. Then we have Night Worlds Volume 1, collecting the first 4 issues of the series. And yes, I did think, uh-oh, did I not do my homework and make sure this was not a 2+ volume series? It is not. It just got canceled after 4 issues. Probably because no one knew about the series. Even I didn't know about the series. It was advertised on the back of a issue of Skull Kickers. So Skull Kickers, I had to go to a different avenue because, and you'll see when I finally get that video filmed, all the Image comics I read last month, I still not done it for November, and we're like almost at the end of December now. But with Skull Kickers, I'll explain more in detail when I review this comic. But they didn't tell you where the issue ended. They had bonus stories, and they shoved them at the end of each hardcover. So I had to go a different avenue to see, okay, does this issue have any bonus stories? Does this issue have any bonus stories? And then I saw this advertised on the back of one of the issues. Now, this is Night Worlds Volume 1, Midnight Sonata. And collecting all 4 issues were the writers. Adam McGovern and Paolo Leonudu, and then Dominic Reagan. It does not... Do we have... There it is. So, script is done by Adam McGovern. Pencils and inks and letters is Paolo Leandri. And then Dominic Reagan is a color artist. Now, this is not the only thing that Adam McGovern has done for Image. There was also, like, this weird series. It looked like an anthology, but it was, like, magazine size, I think. I had no idea it even existed, but it's a one-shot, and I was like, I don't count that. If they have it on the Kindle, I'll get it there. Otherwise, I'll ignore it. And I was looking it up, and it was, like, $31. It was pricey. It's definitely out of print. But Night Worlds, Volume 1. So the artwork. It's one of those series that, it's like, you know what, why not? And I think this was the one that has a little blemish that I wasn't too happy about. But this is from New Dimension Comics, and they're usually good. It's not a big deal. And actually, I fixed it. It was, like, coming out like that. Just gotta do that. You shall see one of the blemishes on one of these books. Trust me when I say that it's gonna be annoying. The Big Game by Mark Millar. Now, this series is... So, first of all, I thought that this was... Spit it out, brain. He thought that this was... Lost train of thought. Oh, so I thought this was an ongoing series, in that because nowadays all the Millar World books are being published by Dark Horse. So I thought there was a Big Game 2 that was published by Dark Horse. It's like I know this is a crossover between all the Millar World books that were out at the time, and I need to get this book. I have enough Millar books, so right next to me, that I needed to get this one. But again, I was like, well, they have a series. It's probably there's a second series out already published by Dark Horse. I'm not going to get those. So I was like, ignore Big Game for now. But then I found out, no, this is all of Big Game. So why not? Hopefully they're not thinking about making a series, but this is also a sequel to Wanted, which I do own Wanted. So figured I need to get it. But yeah, it's like all this. It's like they have Chrononauts crossover here, Superior, which I got last month. That was the one that the library had that I liked so much I bought myself. I like to do at least one of those per month. But this is Big Game. And sometimes I do it backwards. Like for one of the compendiums, just because this is a compendium, when I read the series, I want to read it in the individual trades that the library has. I believe all 12 of. And this is 1 through 5 of Big Game. And then the artist is Pepe Larraz. And here is the artwork for Big Game. And I go over here. Do I have any sort of, like, Alright, so a little bit of dead air for now. Let's see this. That's most ideal, but. Alright. So yeah, Big Game. 1 through 5. Crossover between all of the Millar World books. And Millar World, again, I'm never gonna own all of Mark Millar's work, because at least all of his Image work, because just about every series has a sequel done by Dark Horse, and I don't want to have it on my shelf. Image, Dark Horse, Image. It's not uniform on my shelf. My entire shelf, except for one book here I need to get rid of now, that I have more books to put in place. All the books on my shelf are Image, so Image. Now, on this side here, so in the little corner there, I have some books hidden, because I can't, that's the only way I can have all these books look like this, is so I had to have books on the end. And the books on the end, they're tucked in that little corner, are like DC, Marvel, whatever. But again, except for those, Image. No! They're fucking filming. Alright, so, I don't know what they're calling me for, because it's like, I took out the trash. What the fuck else I gotta do? I don't know. But, Big Game. It's like, that shit happened. They knew what I was doing, too. I announced what I was doing. Honestly, one of the things I should have asked for Christmas is to have a little do not disturb on my door. Well, they're calling to me, so. Let's see if they text me. That was helpful. I hate my phone sometimes. It completely was like, yeah, you meant to take this, didn't you? It's like, no, it's not a word. Let's spell S-U-E. So next one up, so now we are into the John Layman books. And John Layman had some like one-shot, some like 2-issue series up from 1996, and definitely, I don't think at least, did not have trades of those series. At least, I don't think they did. And so I just got what I knew was from John Layman. It was not Spawn. So Spawn, I ignore. I know like Ale Scott, he did a one-shot for Spawn. I ignore that. Spawn is just that series I'm never going to get into because there's so many goddamn spin-offs, and there's already 6 compendiums of that series. There's just so many spin-offs. Like they have like 50 spin-offs per month. It's not much, and that's not much of an exaggeration either. And I'm talking like nowadays too. So that's never a series I'm going to get into. But In Hell We Fight is the first John Layman series. This collects all 5 issues of In Hell We Fight, plus the short stories from the Image Comics Anthology Special 30th Anniversary. So, it's 10 and 11. So that really pisses me off, because they did this thing, and there's no trade release of the Brendan Fletcher stories, which is really annoying because he did a lot. You know, it's, like, you can make a little trade. Like, I think honestly it'd be about the size of this, maybe even. And it's a little bit of exaggeration, but like 80 pages, I would say. Because he did like 5 stories. I think they make 1 story per each issue. So 12 issues. Let's say it's 5. So 5 times, 60 pages. I don't know why I didn't do that. They did one for Kieran Gillen. He only did 2 stories. Patrick Kenlin recently got a trade back of his release. So hopefully I can wait. But I just don't want to have to put in money for that. That's a lot of money to put in for Kindle books I don't own. And I could get the issues on eBay, but that's a bit pricey. I might next month. I don't know. But anyways, in Hellby Fight 1 through 5, I did show the artwork for. Okay, so we're doing good so far. So Volume 1, A Snowball's Chance, and then written and lettered by John Layman, art by Chalk, but it's J.O.K., not our Chalk, the one that did the artwork for, which is different Chalk. And they both do work for Image, which is kind of funny. So nice way of confusing the audience. But it's spelled differently, so you know it's not that. And honestly, just one look at the artwork, you know it's not that Chalk. Not that the artwork is bad, of course, but just that you can tell. Okay. This next series, I'm going to show the crossover, because this is the book that got a little bent. So I think if I just do this, it'll be fine. So I put it on the shelf, I should just... Oh, it is Volume 3. They do call it Volume 3. That's nice. Alright, so Outer Darkness, which each volume, ironically enough, except for Volume 3, and I should have done this for Volume 3, is used very good. And you really cannot tell. That's the best thing about used very good, is you really can't tell. A little bit of a scuff here, but honestly, every single blemish on this trade, except for the sticker, even then the sticker, the sticker on Volume 2, not Volume 1. All these blemishes I've seen on brand spanking new copies of Amazon books. And they come in, I've had super stutter. I've bought brand spanking new copy of a comic, and it's come in this exact condition. Sometimes worse. So I don't mind doing used very good. That's why I'm like, yeah, I don't want it to come in an awful condition like that. What's the book behind? It's right behind me. What was the series called? I'll see it right away. A Voice in the Dark. That has like so many. I don't know if you can see it. No, we can't. It's at the bottom. It's below. But that one was awful. That was like, you could tell me that's used good, and I believe you. That's how bad that book was in, the bad condition that book was in. It was awful. So sometimes you get used very good, and it's like, borderline. But also you'll get books like this that have a few blemishes, so you can tell why it's used very good. And it's from Amazon themselves, so Amazon Prime shipping. So usually there is something wrong with it. But then you'll get books like Madame Mirage that are just, they say, oh, it's some writing on the cover, and it's because it's signed. No, I didn't get an official, seal of approval that was signed. I guess that's what you're supposed to get, but I'm not going to sell my copy. But anyways, Outer Darkness, Volume 1, Each Other's Throats. Okay, this is Volume 1. The font was kind of weird, so it's like, oh, is that 1 or a 2? Did I mess it up? And this one is, I know it's just 1 through 6. Not again. There we go. Collects issues 1 through 6 of Outer Darkness. Written by John Layman, with artwork done by Avu Chan. So the story behind this one was I was going to get a brand spanking new copy from Amazon, but they lost it. And it was taking, I knew it was going to happen too, because it was taking forever. And I was like, oh, it's actually going to arrive on Thursday. And then Thursday rolled around and they're like, tee-hee, we lost it. And they give me the middle finger. And I was like, okay, well, I'm getting the used very good copy then. Because the used very good copy was the only one that's going to come in before Christmas time. And I was like, you know what, if I'm going to get the Volume 2 is already used very good, so why not? So there you go. Now, one major sacrifice I had to make this month for my Christmas books, for my Christmas budget, was I had to spend $30 on this book. Because this is, infamously out of print. I wanted to get every last John Layman book that wasn't Spawn related, and this was also a series, so I was like, alright, bite the bullet, and we'll get, thanks. Oh, here it is. Okay, so the library here is University of Michigan. So it was a previously owned library book. And I always like doing those. That's always been a huge novelty for me. If I'm going to get a used, very good book, I like for it to be... it doesn't have to be, obviously. Not every used, very good book I own is a previously owned library book, but I like that, and I get books in the library anyway, so it kind of comes full circle, and I find it very funny. It's always like, oh, what library is it from this time? And it's funny enough here is that the barcode is still legible, like they didn't cross it out with marker or anything like that. It's kind of funny, like completely bare. Okay, so this volume 2 is not actually artwork. So issues 7 through 12 of Outer Darkness. But yeah, $30. It's infamously out of print. That was, because the trade itself was like, what, $16.99? Yeah, so I paid basically double. I paid price for 2 for 1. Yeah, not the best idea, but worth it at the end for me. So next up we have Outer Darkness and Chew. All 3 issues of this crossover. Very thin book. Again, like I said before, it was the other one that was 72 pages. See all 3 issues of the series. Then I'll show the artwork. I think this is the only series from Chew I've not read before. It's really interesting. But yeah, it was Wicked Bent. So honestly, I don't know if it was Amazon's fault or whoever put the books on, whoever wrapped the gifts, because they were put in a bag and they're all bent like this. And I was like, oh, okay, so that's great. I say through gritted teeth. I didn't say anything, obviously. You don't do that. They're just warped like hell. But it's fine. As long as it doesn't affect the reading of the book, I go all the way through, and I'm reading the book, and then I'll go through, and then it, falls apart. If that doesn't happen, we're all good. Again, ironic that they all look like they're all used very good, but one's brand spanking new. Okay. Next series is 2 volumes, and that is CHW. So it does kind of spoil, but the other book is here. Now, this is the other Chew series I've not read. I've obviously read the original Chew series, but this is Chew, CHW. All 12 issues of the series. Did I go over who the artist was here? Apu-chan and Rob Guillory do the Outer Darkness Chew crossover. And it's volume 3, so I'm not going to say alright for that one either. So, this series I have all 2 volumes of, right? So I'm only going to show the artwork for volume 1, not volume 2. So, Chew volume 1, first 6 issues, I believe, right? It also could be 10 issues. No, so 1 through 5. So it's 10 issues. And then, yeah, so 10 issue miniseries across 2 trades. First volume is Chew volume 1, the first course. Yep, first course, and then volume 2 is She Drunk History. So obviously, Chew, if you know what Chew is about, obviously this one's about drinking, not about eating, I believe. Based off of that, volume 2, what volume 2 is called. It makes sense too, if you know Chew lore. Chew lore. There is the artwork for Chew. You can add CHU, because that's a sequel series / spinoff. I don't know actually. And then the big meaty book that I had to bend over to grab is the Chew Nomnibus. Now this one did come in from Amazon, so I was like, uh-oh, a big compendium, Amazon, what are the blemishes? Just tell me now. No real blemishes. Minor ones that I don't even really care about, like a little bit of a scuff here, and if you can tell, it's like at the end right here, it's a little bent, but nothing egregious at all. Now, when I show the artwork, I'm going to do it very quickly, so let's just do it right now. But this series I have read before. There you go. It's the best I can do. This series I have read before. So this collects all 60 issues, plus all the crossovers. So, collects all 60 issues of New York Times best-selling Harvey and multiple Eisner Award-winning series. Okay, cool. So it doesn't tell you about collecting the specials. There's a revival crossover that's collected in here. There's a one-shot that's Secret Agent Poyo. So, Secret Agent Poyo, Warrior Chicken Poyo, and Demon Chicken Poyo one-shots. Obviously, there's no crossover with a revival, but I think the revival compendium collects the crossover. I don't know, but doesn't really matter. All of Chew. Great series, by the way. Love the series. Really weird. If you know what the story is about, it's a really weird storyline, and I think that's perfect for comics, especially Image / independent comics too. So you can go all out with the bizarre storyline, and you will never, ever badmouth chicken after you read. You never take chicken for granted ever again after you read Chew. I know I didn't. Yeah, I was stacking notes on top of Last Man. Last Man is a digest-sized book, and I had it like this is Last Man, this is ebooks. It was stacked like that. It's not a good idea. All right, next compendium. We are almost done, by the way. It's 35 minutes. Next one up is, I feel like we'll do a separate video for the complete graphic novel haul of the year. Sorry, no, the month. Not doing that. I cannot do it a year. That's gonna be too much. So what I'm gonna do, I did decide at the end of the year, I'm gonna do the top 10 Image books I've read this year. Instead of doing all the books I read this year from Image, I'm just gonna do a top 10. Unless I change my mind, which I don't think I will. But anyways, next series is Deadly Class, the Compendium. I decided to bite the bullet and get this series. For the longest time, I had Volume 1, and just had Volume 1. So I was like, you know what? Let's get the Compendium. Why not? And then this collects all 56 issues of Deadly Class and the free comic book day Deadly Class Killer Set one-shot. So 57 issues all in one thick-ass compendium. And like I did for True, do really quick view of the artwork. Pretty far away. It's the best I can do. It's a compendium, fragile. Next series, if I had to choose between all the books that I got this month, which ones I was most excited for, it's definitely this series. This, not only were we learning this in I'm a para at my local high school, and they're in the humanities. On the humanities class I para in, they are talking about Manifest Destiny, or about to talk about Manifest Destiny. They were like alluding to it. And the long story short, I don't know at this point, because I'm not in the class all the time. I'm gonna go somewhere else as a kid. Just fine. We get to be the Great Gatsby. But no, we're actually in 1920s now, so it was very brief. Come on. So this is in packaging wrap, which I always like when I do that. But this one is, I decided to get the hardcovers, and hopefully the binding is just fine for these guys. They always have like one little blemish that I hate. Ugh. Okay, never mind. I always have that one little blemish that I hate. And it's the binding itself, not like, oh, I got this book from Amazon. No, it's just the way that the binding is for some of these guys. Just gonna get that crack. But this series is written by Chris Dignes. Oh, nice. There's a little bit of scuff here. Amazon never fails. Okay, and then artwork by Matthew Roberts. I thought that was too... Yeah, artist Matthew Roberts. Inkers is Stefano Guardio and Tony Akins with original additional inks. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Just telling you about the issues. Colorist is Owen Gianni, and then that's it. So, where is the... what it collects? This collects Manifest Destiny issues 1 through 24. And then you have it at the back. No, okay. So artwork, Manifest Destiny. But this was the series that I had volume 1 of for the longest time, and I was gonna get all the soft covers, and I was gonna get the hard covers, but again, pricey. So I had to wait till Christmas time. Yes, that. I hate that. Oh well. I'm not gonna care. But this is about like Lewis and Clark. So I found that kind of interesting. I always like historical fiction, especially with comics. I feel like that's a way to do historical fiction. Wait, the way to go about it. Yeah, I should have gotten both books from the same seller, shouldn't I have? Although, no, I shouldn't have. My God. Another huge blemish on this guy. I'll show you in a minute. And I believe I got it in brand spanking new copy. Oh, come on. It shows on the book itself. Come on. The Manifest Destiny 25 to 48, and then the Skybound X1 short story. I'm never ordering from. Calling them out too. I'm never ordering from. Come on, brain. Brain doesn't like to work. Forget what the seller was. And then finally the Scumbag. All 14 issues of the Scumbag. It's like blemishes like that, they matter to me. Because I got a brand spanking new copy of it. Where's my phone? I'm calling out this third-party sellers. They're awful. I hate them. They can go to hell. And I hope they go out of business. Your orders. I can't give it back. I'm not waiting. That's way too much of a wait. I should have gotten them both from Amazon. I don't know why I didn't. I just figured, it's a third-party seller. They're going to take better care of the deluxe edition hardcover than with Amazon. And again, it's not that bad of a blemish. It's not going to affect the reading of it too much. I don't know why I always say the reading of it. That sounds awful. I can't words right now. Contact seller. I'd love to contact the seller. I'd love to request a refund. A refund. All right. View order details. Yes, view order details. See what the third party seller is. 8 Tracks Media. So 8 Tracks Media. Never order from them. Never order from them. Just don't. They're awful. They give you a hardcover in this awful, beat up condition. I know I ordered brand spanking new from them. Again, it's not that bad. It's just like it's bent. It looks awful. Looks really, really awful. I hate it. It ruins it for me because I was so excited for this book too, and now it's got a big blemish on it. All right, all 14 issues of Scumbag, written by Rick Remender, a bunch of artists. I'm just like I'm annoyed right now. Where's the packaging? It does annoy me. Like it's like you had one job and you failed miserably at it. Like even Amazon was better than you were. So 8 Tracks Media, never order from them. All the other third-party sellers are really good. It wasn't that hard to do either. And it could have been the way that it was put in the way that it was wrapped, like when someone else wrapped it. I don't think so. So the Scumbag, I think each issue is drawn by a different artist, which is pretty cool. It doesn't look like it. No, it's not. Some of them are multiple issues, but only one of them is. So here is the credits page. It's a big book, so I can't, unfortunately, really show it off too well. And then here is the artwork for the Scumbag. Written by Rick Remender. It was the only other book that Bengal had done with him for Image, so you see Bengal being the artist. So I thought that was pretty cool. But that, as they say, is that. Slightly disappointed with the condition of Manifest Destiny, but it's just bent, which is fine, but it's also, like, scuffed, too, like, majorly scuffed. And unfortunately, it's not like, this series, I can get the, she's got the trades. That's awful, though. Like, how do you mess up that badly? I don't know, but they did. And then, as is that, 44 minutes. Yeah, I'm just really annoyed about Manifest Destiny. Because it's the one I was most excited for. I was like, how could they mess that up? They can't mess that up. And I had that, like, brief, when I was ordering them from Amazon, I had that brief, like, moment of, maybe we should get this from Amazon themselves. It's a hardcover, so they can't mess it up. And 8 Tracks Media, I don't really trust in general, because they did give me a book that was a bit warped. But, like, I only order them from them often enough to really remember, what was the condition of the next book, And you can't check the invoice for the condition of the book that you bought it in anymore because Amazon does so many stupid updates with their website. So I can't tell if I had accidentally hit use very good or something like that. But I don't know. I hope I didn't. Or even use like new, I wouldn't have liked to have done. I don't know, but yeah, should not have done that. It's just awful. Like it's like, and it's scuffed here too. Major scuff here. I don't know if you can tell that, but yeah, and it's expensive too, really pricey. So I have to. I'm not gonna have to. I don't want to have to return that book and then wait for the Amazon copy to come in. It's just gonna be like, gotta deal with it. So I want to see details. Problem with order, buy it again, track package, return and place items, leave seller feedback, and write a product review. You can't even check the invoice. Where is the invoice? I know you could. View your item, view your item, view your item, view your item. View invoice. I gotta tell me the condition. Because it didn't. Because I wanted to make sure at the end of the day. And it just says supplied by other, who it's sold by, and that you can return or replace by January 31st. It doesn't say what condition it was. Order placed and the order number, summary, how much you paid, and what you paid with. Yep, 8Direct Media. Never ordered from them. And again, it's not like I could read that whole entire book and it won't matter. Like I have like Middle West Volume 1, I have that same blemish where it's a little bent, but not as scuffed up as it was. But the problem is that Middle West, like Volume 1, I think is actually $10. I could be wrong, but I know it is a $16.99 at most. So I just, if I really care about that enough, then I would get the replacement. But the replacement for that is going to be like what, $60, and I guess the last one from Amazon. So yeah, you don't know. It'd be nice if it was $25, so I could just use my, because I have a gift card from Amazon that's yet to be used. But I mean, it's not that big a deal, I guess. But it is ugly, and it was a book I was excited for too. And I guess I can't tell, but look at it from afar. And when I'm reading it, it's not going to really matter. But it's just like, come on now. And it's mostly on the outside, like what do you call that? The outside barrier of a comic. You know what I'm talking about. I'm going to end the video now.